Guess what? A growing China is not in our best interest, and no one knows that any more than my next guest. Joining me now is Wisconsin Congressman Mike Gallagher, chair of the House Select Committee on the CCP. Congressman, you wrote a fantastic piece today. Everyone needs to read it about how Americans are what you call financial backers of the CCP without even knowing it. Explain that.
Well, I think one thing we can all agree upon, Democrats and Republicans, really anyone with an ounce of common sense, is that American money shouldn't be funding Chinese military companies, companies that are building things like aircraft carriers, artillery shells, fighter jets, advanced nuclear technology. But that's precisely what's happening. That's what our investigation on the committee of BlackRock and MSCI has revealed. And what's remarkable is that these are companies that have already been flagged on various government blacklists, and yet the money continues to flow. Incredibly, it's not illegal, but it is suicidal. It's quite literally subsidizing our own destruction because, of course, these companies are building things designed to kill Americans in a future conflict, if not pointed at American service members in the Indo-Pacific right now. And I can't help but be reminded of something Lenin once said, which is that when it comes time to hang the capitalists, they'll compete to sell us the rope. We have to stop selling them the rope. Again, it's not Democrat, Republican, hawk versus isolationist, neocon, versus Dove. It's just common sense.
I have no doubt that if Biden, heaven forbid, is reelected, those Trump tariffs that have been quite successful in holding China back on its heels, those are going to be pulled off. All you need to do is listen to Raimondo and the parade of Biden officials who've sucked up to China over the past 2 months. She won't even have TikTok ban. That's not even being discussed. The New York Times is reporting. We're not going to talk about TikTok ban at all, despite the fact that that's a propaganda tool of the CCP as well.
Well, what's really troubling is just so that Raimondo and before her Blinken, Yellen, and John Kerry can sit down with the CCP and get a photo op, we delay key defensive action. We make preemptive concessions just to get to the negotiating table.
Such a joke.
And meanwhile, China doesn't make any concessions. They don't do anything meaningful to stop fentanyl flows. They continue their cyber warfare against us. It sends a signal of weakness around the world.
But, Congressman, look, don't you agree that the Democrats are far more comfortable and willing to sit across the table with the CCP than they are in sitting across the table from the GOP? I mean, they'd much rather spend time with the CCP, correct?
Well, I think there's a concern. Well, there's two things going on in the Biden administration. One, they believe that the preeminent national security threat is not China, it's climate change. If you read the national security strategy, that's what it explicitly says. Exactly. And therefore, it leads them to a more cooperative approach to the Chinese Communist Party. And a lot of this naive thinking that if we just revive the policy of diplomatic and economic engagement, good things will happen, even though it's failed for over 2 decades. I call this zombie engagement. We thought it was dead, but it's coming out of the grave right now, and it's going to haunt us. And of course, the risk is that we find ourselves stumbling into a confrontation with China that has the potential to make what's happening in Ukraine or even previous great power wars look restrained in comparison. That's the cost of a misguided foreign policy, and that's what really concerns me right now with this renewed engagement push.
Yeah, Congressman, we really appreciate what you're doing. Thank you very much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.